Hey everyone, we're here at HoneyHole in San Diego, their newest location, and I'm excited to show you inside. Let's go. Very nice, very cool and clean looking, and I heard everywhere. I was at the West Coast Card Show last weekend, and I know a lot of people came down to visit here in San Diego, and everyone was talking about the Honey Holes baseball dugout inside the card shop. So I was really excited to come see how this looked, and it does not disappoint. This looks awesome. Look at this. So cool. So this is even better. I had no idea they have like this kind of storage here where they have the dollar bins. Very cool. Some vintage looking baseballs, a vintage mat. This looks so nice. This is really, really, really a nice experience here. Being able to sit down and pretend like you're an actual baseball dugout is sweet. This is a beautiful, you know what, this is such a good idea too. It's a really great photo opportunity. So you know what, that's a really important, I think now with businesses is photo opportunities are super important because everybody wants to go and show what they're doing all the time and saying, hey, they went to HoneyHole in San Diego and took a picture and you want to show you my pickups and stuff like this. This makes me want to buy a card here and take a picture with the logo and show everybody that I was here. So this is super cool. I imagine a lot of kids come and have fun here looking through the dollar bins, trying to catch some deals. If you learn anything from Card Collector 2, this is where you find the opportunities. This is where you can make some money. So I imagine that as a kid, I would have loved coming here and looking through those. Oh, look at this. This could get dangerous too. I'm surprised there's no signs like right here too. Super cool. It's game used? Really? Oh, wow. Does it say who? Okay, so this is a game used Atlanta Braves bat. That is sick. You know what? I'm not for anything like this is the very first time we come to a card shop and there's an actual like sports experience like this here. This is a sports experience. Being able to come and touch some gloves, touch some gear and touch a baseball bat, I don't know, it just feels good. Like I haven't played sports in a very long time, but holding a bat feels good. I feel like going out to some batting cages now. So this is nice. This is a great experience. This is beautiful too. It's not your regular showcase, you know, so you have some nice lights here and you're able to see from top to bottom. It's not necessarily like those that are in the middle of the hallway like we saw at Card HQ or like we saw at the Buffalo store. But I think this gives it a little more premium of a look to it too. You have some high-end briefcases here, Flawless WWE, and some slabs and their non-sport stuff. Okay, there you go. A good amount of Star Wars there. That's some nice Star Wars stuff. Nice Windu out of 50, autograph of Padme. Okay. I like that. Mark Austin Boba Fett. That's actually pretty. So this is the other non-sport stuff. Some vintage non-sport stuff. Some WWE. That's right. This is my corner right here. Very cool. That's a very, very sick Alexa Bliss auto. Bianca Belair and the Fully Loaded. You guys know I've been picking those up for Rhea. Nice gold Stone Cold. These are cool. Okay, let's look over here. There's some wax. Series. This is cool. This is Top Series 1. This just released last week. It's the hottest product. And yeah, this is very cool to have that up in front for whatever your new releases are. That's a great idea. Some HoneyHole merch, some Tops merch. This is where you have all the retail. It's a really nice glass showcase. And it looks very full. So that looks great with some slabs on the top. That's cool. It's kind of like these type of slabs and these type of cards would usually be in 2 rows because it looks like they're all under 50 bucks. So some lower end slabs on the top here on top of retail is pretty cool. Ooh, WWE Chrome Blasters, Select Blasters. I love this. I love having all the retail really available and accessible to everyone in the store. I think that's a great idea. I think this layout is really well thought out. This is the first time I've ever walked into a card shop and keep thinking how much I would have loved this as a kid. It's super accessible. There's a really cool thing there. All the stuff that I could afford as a kid is right here, right when you walk in. And this is what I would be walking around. And then that's the kind of stuff I would kind of look at and be like, okay, maybe one day or maybe for my birthday kind of stuff, right? And this is what it's all about. You should build card shops for kids. I would have loved this as a kid. Ooh, see what I mean? This is the stuff that you save money for your birthday. So the whole rainbow, somebody can buy a whole Manny Inception rainbow for 400 bucks. I've never seen that laid out in a store. I think that kind of shows you how this shop is put together by collectors. Is that you could see something like that for sale that obviously took the shop owner or whoever's in charge of buying to put together and have it on display like that. Even if no one buys it, is a pretty cool thing for people to see. Very excited to meet the owners if they're here. We'll see if we run into them or not. Oh, that's cool, look. That's a sealed pack and the actual plastic it came in. A lot of Padres. Ugh. I'm a Dodger fan, we don't like the Padres. That's a nice Jackson Marigold. And this is all Pokemon, awesome. I admittingly don't know a lot about Pokemon now, is what I liked when I was a kid. But seeing some of these old ones, like that Cubone 1999 first edition, I definitely had that one. Dude, I don't think I know how much some of these cost. I for sure had a bunch of those, and they're all $275 in PSA 10s. That's crazy. There's a Charizard. You see, 105 seems cheap for that Charizard. I need to ask them about that because I might buy that. I don't have a Charizard yet. Bellsprout was one of my favorite Pokemon too. Some of the old packs, look at that. I don't remember ripping that pack specifically, but those were like, what, $5 at Toys R Us? Okay, and this is where they have more of their sealed wax, and I'm assuming the higher end stuff on the shelf, and right away, it just looks beautifully designed here. The jerseys look great. They have a Hulk Hogan signed t-shirt. Now that's something that you don't see at all card shops. That is sick. That is sick to have against the wall here. And then, again, some more higher end Pokemon on the shelf, and it looks like the higher end footballs on the shelf over there. So, I mean, I love the layout. I think it's awesome. I think it's straight to the point and definitely easy for anybody to come here and understand what's going on. There's prices. I like it. I think this is a really, really great store for anybody just walking in and wanting to learn about prices and what's available, different price points, good stuff. Awesome dugout, awesome layout over here. I do have some questions about something, so I'm gonna go and see, like that, for example, Grading Submission Service Center sounds interesting. And let's go see if the owner's here so we could ask him more questions. Wait, I think that's the owner. Look, there's flying balls here too, flying baseballs. Hey.
How's it going?
Good, nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
How's everything?
Good. How about you guys?
Good. So tell us about the shop, tell us about you, Bobby, and how long have you been owning card shops?
Okay, so this is actually our third card shop. We started in 2020, right during the heart of COVID. Bobby and I,
Oh, wow.
our old HoneyHole was this hoarder's card shop in Escondido. We used to love venturing into there, and they ended up shutting down. So we're like, we got to buy this card shop if it's at all possible. We were able to strike a deal. 5 days later, we're card shop owners, and 4 years later, we're multiple card shop owners.
And this is in 2020?
2020, yeah.
Do you remember the first card or the first box that got you guys back in?
The very first one, no, but I can tell you when Ohtani hit the market, that was it. That was the beginning of like losing our mind for ripping a ton of wax.
That makes sense.
And so we would legitimately go to barbecues. Bobby hit the Luminaries card that's like 30-some cards long out of that product. Topps Chrome, Bowman Chrome, everything 2018 we consumed, and then it's been nonstop since that.
If you could describe to us the hardest thing about all of this in the past few years.
I would say
5 years, going on 5 years.
Going on 5 years, yeah. I would say staying with the market trends, you know. We started in 2020 with everybody flipping everything under the sun, and cards went through the roof. To where we're now today, I think it's a much more stable, much more dependable marketplace. And we focus heavily on customer experience. Like, we want people to come in and feel welcomed and excited. And so it's going from where it didn't matter what price you put it on the shelf, what the product was, it was going to sell, to now it's an experience people want to come in and enjoy. There's competition out there. You can go to other places. So our goal is to get people to come in here and really just feel welcomed and enjoy the place.
I'm like holding this baseball here. I'm like, this is so cool. So a main point that I'm making when I did the quick tour before I found you was that this just feels like a cool sports experience.
Yeah.
Even just sitting here in this dugout, getting to touch a glove, a baseball, and a bat. Like to me as a kid who loved baseball, like this is what it's all about. I'm even like holding this baseball here thinking like, I need to get you and Bobby to sign this.
Yeah, right?
I need to go back to like every single card shop that I visited and have them sign a baseball for me to keep that
Absolutely, that'd be
as a
super
memory.
cool.
Yeah, but this
throw it
is
in a little cube and stick it on your shelf.
Oh heck yeah. And then just continue building my collection and visiting more shops like that to show all of you guys. But like, what's the idea behind this dugout? Because that's what's really like hitting me right now.
So super fun story. Like we had obviously a little extra space in this location to do something cool. We always wanted a place for people to come in and sit and chill and go through the dollar bins or rip some wax and have that feeling. So me and Bobby were just joking around about building a dugout in here, and then we decided, all right, let's go ahead and run with that idea. One of our local customers designed it, so I mean, bringing it back to our local customers. He designed it. One of his friends built the actual structure. He's a painter by trade, so he came up with the paint color, the scheme of all of this. It's actually the same color as Fenway Park's Green Monster. It's the exact color that they use. So
that's
a lot of
such a good touch though, because Fenway feels like baseball.
It does, right?
So
and we didn't we purposely designed it to feel like an actual real dugout, not not going into the Padres Stadium or the Dodger Stadium where they have this state-of-the-art stuff, but no kidding, where you would have sat in Little League and played baseball, with the vintage feel. Even stuff like the shelving isn't super high-end wood. It's designed like somebody who on a budget could build at a Little League park. You can go over there and you can touch a bat from a modern day baseball bat that kids are playing with today all the way back to the 1920s. There's a bat.
Can we see which one that one is?
Yeah. And you can see the difference between the bats. So this one here is dated back to the 1920s. Feel the difference in the bat.
Oh, so cool.
And then you have a modern bat with a handle that players would normally.
So this is actually a 1920s bat.
Yep. Yeah, you can go on Louisville Slugger's website and kind of date it back based on the model number.
Cool.
And you can compare that to like a more of a modern bat where it's got a more normal feel. So slinging this thing is like a caveman bat to me.
Yeah. So. I mean, even the way they used to swing before, right, is so different than today.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at a lot of Ty Cobb's photos, he's got split hands, right? He's not even, he's like this, so.
They just look more like they're whacking it.
Whacking
it right down the middle.
Yeah.
It looks crazy when you watch those old games.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and that's what we're in here doing. Most everybody that collects, they go back to the nostalgic period of when they were kids or something that they saw that really brought them in. So for like me and Bobby, like we're big into, specifically me, I'm big into vintage. I love history. When it comes to sports, it's so much fun to see where the sport started, how it progresses through the years. So anyways, when we bring in our staff, we kind of focus on their ability to talk sports with people because everybody,
absolutely.
You're in the industry, so this is no surprise to you, but you're going to find that customers and people in the hobby know far more about the card that they collect and that they're passionate about than you would, right? So they're going to tell you their stories, but the constant communication is, the story behind it, which would be sports or entertainment, depending on what your passion is, and that's what they're here to talk about. So like when we go out and hire staff members, we can grow them into good card people, but a background of sports or entertainment is something that you can't really just put 30 years of experience into that person, in a short period of time.
That's a really good point. And that's for any business owners watching that are in this industry or anybody that's just looking for a job. If you love talking about sports and you're in the San Diego area, I mean, I tell that to our team all the time. It's like, we experience that a lot in live breaking, right? People like to hang out with me and rip Star Wars because we can nerd out about Star Wars for hours. Some of my live streams are 12, 16 hours. And we're able to hold that conversation is super important, or even able to facilitate that community and make that community so that people can come and talk about what they're passionate about.
Absolutely.
I have so many people coming in my streams and being like, dude, I can't talk about this Star Wars stuff at work because no one gets it.
Yeah.
But that's why you go into these communities, you go to your card shops and kind of like share what you're passionate about and share why you're collecting to someone who actually can appreciate it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's funny that you bring up Star Wars too, because like, I'm big into sports. I love sports cards. My oldest boy loves Pokemon cards, and my youngest boy's more into sports cards. So when I take product home to rip with my family, it's always Star Wars because all of us love Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a way for us to sit around and nerd out on sports cards that aren't sports cards, you know? So like, you know, we hit the Luke Skywalker, everybody knows, like at the table, and my wife's like, what is going on in there? I'm like, we're just having fun, you know? So that's how me and my family come together around this, is just around Star Wars, because we all have that natural passion for that.
I love that. I love that you said that, because I feel the same way with Marvel.
Yeah,
like my boys are obsessed with Spider-Man and Wolverine.
Oh, so true, yeah.
I take a Marvel box home, and they're obsessed.
Yeah,
and I'm like, finally.
Yeah, something that we can all do, right?
I'm not the only crazy one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you obviously have a lot of trade nights.
Correct,
Being that you have 3 card shops. What's your best like trade night moment? Have you ever had anyone special come through?
You know what's funny is all of our trade nights, we haven't had anybody famous come, but it's our people. Like when we put on a trade night, we have 500 people show up. You know, and it's an event, like we really try to throw a party for a trade night. So like one of the things that we do is we'll give back to our customers. So if you come in and you're in the hobby and you know, the hobby's buy, sell, trade, right? Whether you're doing it professionally or not, we'll have 10 of our customers come in and set up like a mini card show. So that way they can sell some of their stuff, you know, and really just enjoy the experience. So our trade nights, we kind of go a little above and beyond. Like we're getting ready to do the Tops Rip night. I'm sure you know about that. We're doing a little bit of a spin on our Tops Rip night. So we're doing a poker run. So you're going to do a trade night in Temecula. You're going to grab a poker chip. You're going to drive to Mission Valley, San Diego shop. You're going to grab a poker chip. And then you're going to end up at the big party in Escondido where we rented out a facility. And, you know, it's going to be a trade night with vendors and people and giveaways and food. It's just a big party, you know. So we do a lot of trade nights, yeah.
That's awesome. So there you go. If you're in the San Diego area and you want to hang out and have some card fun, you have 3 different areas to do trade nights here, especially for hobby rip nights. We're having them like what, twice a year now?
Yeah.
To touch back on the really important thing that you said that I love, because that's kind of, as a business owner, as a breaker, especially because people are always joining my breaks, is how do we help customers kind of learn how to sell their things? I tell them one of the most important things is to grade. If you're ripping, you need to learn how to grade, because that's the way you get the most value out of your cards.
Correct, yeah.
Right? Especially if they're in the right condition and so on and so forth. So there is one area in this card shop that I did not know or understand, was that over there. It says Grading Submission Center, but this is a company I've never seen before. Can you explain to us what this is?
So grading is absolutely crucial to our modern hobby. Obviously, if you can get a PSA 10 or a Beckett 10 Black Label, whatever, you're gonna greatly increase your value of your cards. So what we realized is we needed to be a full service card shop, but card grading submissions is a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of effort. So Tom with Market to Mint, he started this company probably about 3.5 years ago, and they specialize on just submitting to the different grading companies. So what you can do when you come to HoneyHole is you can come in, you can use their kiosk, you can select your service, and then what you do is you give your cards to my guys, they'll put it in the safe, Market to Mint comes and picks them up, and they hand deliver them either to PSA or Beckett. They're in, I think he said it's like 15 different card shops now throughout the country. So absolutely the greatest way to submit cards. If you're another card shop owner and you don't have them in your card shop, like I highly recommend that you get them in there, because they're really good at what they do.
Because exactly what you said, it's so much. If you hire someone just to do even PSA grading, that's somebody who's inputting cards, that's somebody who's now responsible for making sure you get back to that person. Like, trust, we're kind of going through that right now too.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of work.
Well, and this is the only thing they do.
Yeah.
It's the only thing they do. So like all they do is submit cards, and you can come into your local card shop and drop them off in a safe environment, because most people don't know how to do it. What's even better is if you got 3 different cards, one that you want to go to PSA, one that you want to go to Beckett, and one that you want to go to SGC, you don't have to have 3 different accounts. You bring it to Market to Mint, they submit it, and it's done. You know,
I can't believe I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
So what's this thing?
So that's their printer. So all you do is you come in here, you type in your cards.
Sorry.
You type in what service level you want your cards to go into. You put them in a bag or a box, and they'll print you out a receipt, and then you stick it on your bag and hand it to my guys. Cards go in the safe until they come and pick it up.
Hey everyone, so this was HoneyHole in San Diego. I hope you enjoyed the shop, the beautiful dugout, and just the layout that I really enjoyed. We talked a lot about the community and what HoneyHole does for the community of San Diego is awesome. We talked about how passionate they are about you and helping you grow your collection. Is there anything else you would like to add for everyone?
Absolutely. I mean, we love the hobby here at HoneyHole, so I highly recommend if you haven't had a chance to explore a HoneyHole location or our HoneyHole breaks, do so. We've got a location in Temecula, California, Escondido, California, and then this one right here in San Diego, California. Love to see everybody get a chance to come down and check us out.
Thank you everybody for liking and subscribing. Make sure you tune in for not later this week where we're gonna rip a Star Wars box together. So go look for that one.